A shocking and brutal incident in Florida has left the Indian community in the United States shaken. A 67-year-old Indian origin nurse, Leela Lal, was attacked so violently by a psycho patient that almost every bone in her face was broken, and she may lose her eyesight permanently. Let me tell you that the attack happened at Palms West Hospital when Leela was working when she was assaulted by a 33-year-old man. The name of the man is Stephen Scantlebury, the suspect who was being treated under the Baker Act, technically which allows people to be hospitalized involuntarily during a mental health crisis, suddenly jumped out of the bed and started punching her repeatedly. The act was so severe that she had to be airlifted to a trauma center, where doctors are now struggling to save her vision and repair her fractured face. You know what makes this case even more disturbing is that the police are treating it as a hate crime. Can you imagine that? According to reports, after the attack, the man was heard shouting racist remarks. He said Indians are bad and bragging about assaulting an Indian doctor. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office has also added a hate crime enhancement to the charge of attempted second-degree murder. The man even managed to escape the hospital after the assault, but he was later caught running on the road. In fact, his wife revealed in the court that he had been acting paranoid for days, believing that their house was bugged and that people were trying to harm him. While mental health issues are being considered in this particular case, but the racial hatred behind the attack cannot be ignored. Agreed? For the Indian community in the US, this attack has reignited fear about rising hate crime. According to FBI data, hate crimes against South Asians, particularly Indians, have been increasing every single year. Many Indian professionals in healthcare, IT, and other essential services often work long hours in high-pressuring environment, yet they face discrimination and, in some cases, violence. This particular case is alarming because it happened at a hospital, a place that should be really safe for both patients and staff. Indian nurses and doctors make up a significant portion of the US healthcare system, with thousands of Indian origin medical professionals working in the hospital across the country. Attacks like these raises concern about their safety at the workplace. Now, this case also highlights the challenges that Indian immigrants face when working in an environment where they are both essential and vulnerable. Many Indian healthcare workers have already been victims of racism, specifically if you remember that during the COVID-19 pandemic, when Asians in general faced increased discrimination. With the rising number of hate crimes, there is a growing demand for better protection, stricter punishment for racist attacks, and more awareness about the contribution of immigrants, specifically Indians, to the US economy. Lal's tragic case is a reminder that despite their hard work and dedication, Indian immigrants are still at risk of being targeted because of their race and their identity. The Indian community and civil rights organizations are now demanding justice for Lal, calling for measures to prevent such acts in near future. The case has also sparked discussion about workplace safety, particularly for nurses and healthcare workers who deal with such patients. While hospitals are supposed to have security measures in place, incidents like these show that more needs to be done just to ensure safety of the staff. Many are now asking whether hospitals should actually introduce stricter protocols for these type of patients or not who have a history of violence. For now, Lal remains in the hospital fighting for her life and her vision. Her family is devastated, with her daughter describing the horrific injuries that left her unrecognizable. The road to recovery will be long, and it remains to be seen how the legal system handles this case. The Indian American community is watching closely, hoping that justice will be served and that such brutal attacks do not become a norm for simply those who are trying to do their job and serve the public.